guys, nice being here with you. Thanks so much for joining me today for my little Facebook Live, right? I don't know if you're aware, but I do those usually weekly unless I'm super busy or I'm on holiday or I travel or I forget it. But normally I have my team reminding me, so I'm doing quite well. And you actually really an important theme that might be of interest for you, which is all about of ideas about what is important for you to prepare, or rather what is important for you to allow doing good meal preparation. I believe that one of the skills, and of course, there are several skills that you need to be able to lose weight, right? There is not only one thing, but there are always several things that you need to look at, in order to lose weight. Sorry, I just see some messaging here. Sorry, I had issues with my internet, so I do hope this works actually. I have no idea if you see me actually here. If that works, I just hope. I don't see really what I should be doing here. Gonna love the internet, huh? It's never working the way you really need it. So I just hope it's correct. Maybe you can actually tell me if you can see me and if you can hear me in the comments. I would really love to know. That would help me maybe to know if this is working or not, or I'm just talking to a wall or something. Anyway, let me continue. Let's hope it works. That is what it is. So, um, when you want to lose weight, or in general, by the way, when you want to be healthier, you have to normally change things if you're not there yet, right? If you haven't reached your goals, you cannot necessarily continue the way you have lived your whole life. The dieting up and down or so, usually these are things that are not leading to the results you want. And when you realize that, you need to be open to change. And what I really see a lot is that people are just struggling to plan in advance. And that's why today the theme is meal prepping for weight loss. And as I said earlier, it's just like one part of the bigger equations, right? So you have several parts that are important to help you to lose weight and stay on track. And that's, by the way, part of my food freedom formula that I've shared in the past, maybe you've heard of, but that is really runs you through 5 steps that are important that I use basically when I work with my clients to help them to reach their goals, lose weight, and so on. Now, what is really important when you want to prep or doing meal prep for weight loss, and by the way, for other things as well, but of course, I chose that today, as the theme is, and by the way, there's a link to the blog post we have put out just now, is first of all, you have to prepare in advance, right? Meal prepping is obviously not a last minute things because, otherwise it would be, it would not be called meal prepping, right? Planning is part of really doing well with meal prepping. So first of all, if you want to make sure that you eat healthier and are in line with whatever your goals are, to lose weight, you want really to make sure that you plan in advance. So a good idea is to plan in, on the weekend, maybe the week in advance or a couple of days. It is a good idea that you also plan for the next day. I just had one of my clients. I had my session with her yesterday, and we were talking actually about meal prepping because she struggles. She basically does the meal planning only in the evening at 7 o'clock or so for the dinner, right? So she sits down with her husband at 7 o'clock to plan the dinner for 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, which is a little bit too late already, but that's another story. But the problem is at 7 o'clock, she is already hungry and her husband as well. And most of the time, they end up just ordering takeaway or getting something or whatever it is because they are far too hungry to actually, plan and, of course, prepare something, right? Because if at 7 o'clock you plan and then you need to prep, and you want to eat by 7:30, that's not gonna work. Let's face it, right? If you want to have nice food or so, and also healthy food, you need a little bit of time. And it doesn't need to be a lot, but it's more about the prepping, right? And the planning in advance. So what I would recommend is already plan in advance, but then on the day, whenever the day is, right, the one thing is to wake up early, and really getting in the habit of waking up early is for everything a good thing, right? It allows you maybe to do some meditation. It allows you to do your sports. Like this morning with my husband, we went out for a 30 minutes bike ride, and it was actually gorgeous. I must say I loved it. We're going to do it a little bit more. I do normally my gym at home, so the bike rides is normally more a weekend thing, but we did that, and I just felt so good. It was really nice. Sorry, I'm getting off here, but meal prepping is the same thing, right? Because if you have time, actually, I have a mosquito there. Oh no. I think I got it. I don't know. Sorry. Now so if you take time to prepare the food or so in the morning, then you really you can do healthy things. You can maybe cut the vegetable that you're gonna use for the day, or you can marinate maybe the meat or the fish you're doing, or you have time to prepare your smoothie, right? So you're not rushing. So just by waking up a little bit earlier, and that allows you really that you can do the prepping for the whole day, right? For your breakfast, for your lunch, for your dinner, and your snacks. Because then what is happening, once you have all that food ready, you can actually take it, right? You can eat it. I mean, I know it's a funny concept, and it's probably quite logical. But the issue with most people eating the unhealthy food is that they don't have time, right? And they're too hungry, and then they grab usually what goes the fastest, and in general that's the ready-made meals or food or whatever, such as cookies or chips or even pizza or whatever it is, right? So something quick, because they need and they want something immediately, right? So if that's your case, then you definitely want to think about waking up earlier and preparing the meals for the whole day, right? Or at least the ingredients. So, you can quickly then put something together. And this is, by the way, something that allows you really to eat healthier and not stress. And probably like this, you can also, do a bit more batch cooking that goes quicker in the end. And so you spend less time cooking, actually, because that's what you want, right? You want to spend your time probably with other things. Right, now, how do we go about actually waking up earlier? And that's one thing I'm really passionate, and I teach a lot in my programs, such as the membership program, for example, where I really share how important it is to sleep, right? To sleep enough. Most people only sleep 6-7 hours, and most people actually need 8 to 9 hours, right? I don't know many people, I don't know about you, but I would love to know actually. So if you're here, please do type in the comments, even if you watch the replay or so, how many hours are you actually sleeping? I would love to know. And that is really something, you might want to look. So if you're not able to get up early in the morning so you can prepare your meals, then you might want to look into getting to bed earlier. So that's one. So a sleep routine would help. But even when some people, have a good sleep routine, they still struggle to sleep. And that is often to do because they drink too much coffee. Now, I like coffee. Let's face it, I'm very honest about it. I really like coffee. I do have my times where I cut it out. I do know that coffee is kind of an in-between. Some people say it's healthy, some not. I believe a little bit of coffee is okay. You should be careful, however, if you have some health issues, and you should also be careful if you have stress, because coffee usually taxes your adrenals and actually adds to your stress. So if that's the case, I would normally recommend, and I work with my clients on that, to actually lessen or even cut out your coffee for some time to give your system a break and allow the healing. But in general, I do believe coffee is actually not so bad, right? Provided it's good quality. And in Italy, we have good coffee here, right? Now, what I suggest is to lessen your coffee, not to cut out, but to lessen your coffee, and especially make sure that you have your coffee only in the morning, at least 5 hours before you go to bed or before you sleep, before you go to bed. You should have your last cup of coffee, and be mindful also of decaffeinated coffee still has caffeine in. So you want to lessen your caffeine so you have a better sleep quality, and then you can get up earlier. And like this, you can do more food prep, right? So if you see already the way I'm working, and that's by the way how I work with my clients, and how in my membership, I teach people how to implement healthier habits by a chain of action and looking from a holistic point of view. That's why we go in really so much into teaching, new habits, and through accountability. And I have teach coaching in my membership, for example. We really teach our clients how to stick to habits, like, you know, getting up earlier, going to bed earlier, having less coffee, whatever it is, prepping food, and so on and so on. So that's really important, because in the end, one good action leads to another good action, leads to another good action. And as you build, all these habits together, that's then how actually you are able to reach your goals. And that's how it becomes a lifestyle, not anymore a diet, or a struggle. Because once you learn it, you have it in you, in yourself, and that's all fine. Great. And then another thing, of course, for successful meal prepping for weight loss is to have the best ingredients you possibly can allow yourself, and of course, the freshest. Now, I am all about whole foods, right? And I'm not talking about the company, the chain, right? The supermarket. I speak about whole foods, using whole, fresh, wholesome, and ideally organic or sustainable, from sustainable resources, food, right? And it is really about making it a priority and taking yourself as a priority. When you have something that's so precious, like your body, right? You have only one body, right? It's only you. I mean, there is no change or whatever, right? So you want really to give it the best you can, the best care. Like, you have a really, really nice car, you will really take care of it, or whatever you're into. Maybe you're not into cars, but whatever it is, right? If you have children, you want to give the best to your children, right? The same for your body. You want really treat it the best, because the better you treat it, the better it will reply to you and help, right? Help to stay alive, healthy. So you definitely want to give it your all that you can. So definitely try to buy fresh ingredients instead of processed ingredients, instead of fast food, or some kind of foods that has a long list of ingredients that you normally don't understand, right? So really you want to take the best, and have the whole foods, like the fresh fruits and vegetables and the meat or the fish or whatever it is, right? And start from scratch. And there are ways of making it easier. For example, I always say a frozen food is, like frozen vegetable or frozen fruits is equally, sometimes even better than fresh, right? Because it's normally frozen right where it's harvested, whereas when it has to travel from, I don't know where you live, but let's say some food comes from Peru and it has to travel and get to you to New York, it takes time until it gets to your table, and often then actually the micronutrients have mostly vanished, right? So you want to look into this, and these are really the 3 top tips I share with you for better meal prep that allows you to lose weight. So as I mentioned, that is just like one thing, right? Meal prep is one part. Like, we have habits to drink more water, habits to exercise, habits to sleep better, to practice stress management techniques, etc., etc. And all this is, something I hold my clients accountable in our programs, such as the membership. Of course, you want also to look a little bit at the root causes, and that is something in my membership as well that I help my clients a lot to address. If you struggle with weight loss, you might want to look what is the reason that you struggle so much. Maybe there's some hormones or some gut issues or whatever it is, right? And you want to address that, you want to allow your system to reset, you want the healthy habits, I mentioned that. And then also you want to address your mindset issues. Sometimes we have self-sabotage, right? We know all the stuff we should be doing, but we are not doing it. And that is really due to self-sabotage and procrastination and all that, and goes all in the same thing. So these are all the things I'm working through within my membership and my other programs. Now, if you are interested in finding out more about my membership and maybe want to join, I have a great news, because I have at the moment a special, and the membership is normally $197, and at the moment I have a $1 trial for 7 days, and then thereafter only $97, or you pay directly $97 and then you get a 30-minute session for free. And that session normally is about $200, almost $300. So it's really great value. It's an assessment session where we help you to go really deep in. The membership I'm offering here is really a program. I put all my heart in everything I normally do with my one-on-one clients. I've put in the membership. There are bi-weekly modules with videos and explanations and resources like meal plans and how-to lists and workbooks and so on. And basically I help you to address everything around weight loss that might be or might help you to achieve weight loss, and things that are the root causes that might have prevented you in the past from losing weight. So I address all this, as I mentioned, the hormones, the thyroids, the blood sugar, the gut issues, etc., and all the things like the mental and emotional things like emotional eating, cravings, etc., stress, sleep, and so on. And we do that, as I said, with the modules. We have also one-on-one coaching. There's a 15 minutes Q&A session per month that you get access to myself or one of my coaches. And you also get really great unlimited digital coaching. Basically, it's having your coach in your pocket, because you can ask questions, be held accountable, get help with meal prepping, or even track your food and get live feedback on how you can improve what you're eating. Plus, there are a lot of extra bonuses like my 10-day reset diet. There are some meal plans in there and so much more. So if you're interested, the link is also here in the description. And of course, if you want to know more or you want to talk to me and find out if that's right for you, then please just send me, send me a private message or just comment in here and let me know, and then we will reach out to you and get to you. Great. Now I'm wondering, what step are you taking to prep your meals? What is it you can do to get there? I would love to know, and I would obviously I would like that to be put down in the comments. Great. My name is Andrea Caprio. I hope you enjoyed that. I actually hope that that you could see it, because I'm still not sure if this video worked well. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.